Got dirty cutting mats? Today I'll show you 5 ways to clean them up. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Fehlinger, and we dive into DIY tutorials, ideas, and techniques like you'll see in today's video, all with the goal of making your home your happiest place. So if that sounds interesting to you, hit that subscribe button. So I got a Cricut maker machine as a gift last Christmas, and I'm absolutely in love with it. In fact, I have a whole playlist of tutorials that use it, so I'll link that up here and down in the description. But if you work with a Cricut or a Silhouette machine, there is some maintenance involved. And eventually, at some point, you're gonna have to clean your cutting mats. Depending on the level of grime you've collected on your mat, there are different ways to tackle this. So I have 5 different cleaning methods to show you today. And make sure you watch till the end because I'll let you know which method works the best and also several steps you do not want to skip, and they apply to all of these techniques. And so you know what to expect, I'm going to present these cleaning techniques in order of most practical based on grime levels. So from the least amount of dirt up to the dirtiest. Okay, let's get into it. Cutting mat cleaning method number 1. Use a scraper or a credit card. This is an easy way to remove light dust or particles left behind from things like fabric. I'm going to show you this method using one side of a 24-inch long mat. So all you're going to do is use the edge of a scraper or a credit card and literally scrape the tool across the mat to remove the dirt. And then you can wipe it all off with your hand or a paper towel. That one's pretty easy, and the second cleaning method is pretty simple too. Cleaning method number 2 is to use a lint roller or tape. It's pretty self-explanatory, and this is also only if you have a light layer of dirt, dust, or some particles that you want to remove. So you use a lint roller all over the mat, and that'll pick up the stray specks that your projects leave behind. And a fun plug, I have a tutorial on how to make a holder for your lint roller. Yeah, you heard me. I'll link that up here as well as down in the description. Okay, same idea with the tape. You want to use a medium hold tape, so Scotch or masking tape. Make it into a donut and just use your fingers to press the tape onto the mat and transfer any dirt or string from your previous cuts. Cleaning method number 3 is traditional soap and water, and I like to use this hard bristled brush for the job, so now we're leveling up the grime factor. This is a good cleaning method if you have moderate buildup on your cutting mat. I actually set my mat into the sink for this method, and using a tiny amount of mild dish soap, I have this soap dish that I can just pump a couple of times with the brush, and it gives me enough suds to get going. Clean the mat like you would any dish. Method number 4 is a magic cleaning sponge. Now, the main brand for these is the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, but I've used the Scotch-Brite brand for general cleaning before, and there are a couple of other brands, but this is a good method if you have any staining left over on your mat. So like if some color bled over from fabric that you were cutting, or maybe one of your pens left a mark behind. But I found during this experiment that it also works pretty well for moderate to heavy buildup. Now, if you've never used a magic eraser, it's just a cool sponge that doesn't require any special soap to work. So just moisten it with a little water and run it across the mat to clean it up. Method number 5 is to use a specific product that a lot of crafters rave over. It's Awesome Spray. Like literally it's called Awesome Spray. So this method is another good one for really caked on grime or dirt. And this is by far the dirtiest mat that I have. I mean, you can actually see the outline of a clover here. That's actually leather that's left behind from a St. Patrick's Day project that I had made, which of course I have a video on. So I'll link that in the cards and the description as well if you want to check that out. But back to the cleaning. So there's no weird prep involved. You just use the spray like you would any other cleaning spray. Apply a couple of spritzes right to the mat. And depending on the level of dirt on your mat, you can use either a paper towel to wipe it down or go back to the credit card / scraper method. But again, it'll depend on how dirty the mat is. In this example, I have serious dirt caked on here, so I went with a scraper. Now, if you look closely, It appears the Awesome Spray is bringing up some of the sticky film with it. And what I found once I let it dry was that the tackiness was definitely still there. So you shouldn't have to worry about that. But it's helpful that there's at least one cleaning method for every level of filth. And let me know in the comments, how long do you go between mat cleanings? That'll obviously help you narrow down which one of these techniques makes the most sense for you. Also worthy of a mention, since you will see this come up in web searches, a lot of blogs claim that an alcohol-free baby wipe will work. I tried this. It did not work for me. Now, I tried it on a pretty sticky mat, but even minor buildup would not come off. And it was a real tug of war trying to even swipe it across the mat. So I'd just say proceed with that in mind if you're going to try this method. But now for my recommendation, drum roll please. Of all the 5 methods to clean your cutting mat, my personal fave is method number 4, the magic eraser sponge. I just felt like it got the job done the best and it didn't rub off any of the stickiness. I also really like the Awesome Spray, but you need a separate tool, some kind of a scraper to work with that. So I'm glad that I have it on hand now for the worst of the worst buildup, but I'm going to reach for the magic eraser first. And those really important tips that I mentioned at the beginning, first, make sure you allow your mat to adequately dry before you use it. At that point, it'll turn sticky again, so your materials will adhere to it. Now, if you're finding that your mats aren't quite as tacky as they used to be, you can fix that, and I'll show you how in an upcoming video. The other thing you should try to always do is keep the plastic film that comes with it on your mat anytime you're not using it. That'll help keep it clean from lint and pet hair, that kind of thing. If you want to try out any of these cleaning techniques, I put a couple of links in the description so you can check out the products that I mentioned. And guys, if you like this video, I would really appreciate if you hit that like button, share this video with someone else who might get some use out of it, and also hit subscribe so that you don't miss any new content. I post every Thursday, and you can also ring the bell so that you're notified anytime a new video goes up. Next week, I'm going to share 7 Cricut hacks to save yourself some serious cash on tools and accessories, so watch for that. And I would also love to have you join my creator community. You'll get tips, tricks, and tidbits that are exclusive to that group, and there's a link down in the description if you want to sign up for that. Meanwhile, in between videos, come hit me up on social media. I'm on all the platforms. I've listed them down in the description, and I would love to hear from you. Thanks so much, as always, for watching. Guys, keep creating your happy place, and I'll see you next Thursday. It's this hard bristled What did I just say? Today I'll show you roller coaster. Oh no. Roller coaster. Oh, Lord help me. On how to make a holder for your lint roller. Curse your tongue twisters. Bristled brush for the job. Yeah. Too many words. Baby shark doo 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 doo. Baby shark doo 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 doo. Ugh. Man down. I'm on the platforms. Why am I talking so weird?